Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. I hope everything's are great. Today, we are gonna talking about best World War II era military RTS games. World War II era is an era which set 1930 through 1945. So, without further ado, let's begin our list. Heroes of World War II is the first installment in a series that would become known as Men of War. In this RTS and third-person hybrid game, you will lead American, British, Soviet, or German force in World War II. Forget about base building, resource gathering, and technology research. You will play as a small squad of soldiers and some vehicle to complete your mission. If you like a more tactical RTS games with direct control, I think you should try this game. One of forgotten RTS game, the Axis and Allies describe World War II in global scale. You will be a military general of one of the great nations. There are the United States, Great Britain, Germany, Soviet Union, and Japan. Each nations have unique units, traits, and general ability. For example, you can access sniper unit with Soviet, Tiger tank with Germany, and you can deploy general abilities like carpet bombing, kamikaze, or even drop a nuclear bomb. One of the aspects I like most is the campaign world conquer style and the music. It describes the era so well. In conclusion, if you love a classic RTS game, world conquest, and military campaign, you will love this game. The most iconic RTS at that time, Blitzkrieg 2 comes with fresh 3D graphics, good music, and nice storyline. You can choose from 6 World War II factions such as the US Army or the German Wehrmacht and command various combat units through 3 global campaigns. As a tactical RTS game, Blitzkrieg 2 eliminates base building and technology advancement, but rather than a supply of fuel and ammo for your unit. Well, this is my favorite RTS game that describes an authentic World War II experience. A specific RTS game that focuses on Pacific theater and naval operation. Here, the Pacific Storm. You will lead either as Imperial Japanese or United States, but with Allies expansion pack, you can lead the British with their Royal Navy. The gameplay is mixed between RTS, arcade, and simulation that focus on naval and air operation. You can access all units here from the destroyer, carrier, and battleship, and of course, you can lead your bomber, fighter, and even kamikaze. Even the game have some minor problem like dense interface, micromanagement, even the bug, but this is the most potential and underrated RTS game and worth to try it. Codename Panzers focus on managing groups of troops, tanks, armored vehicle, and artillery and destroying the enemy or capturing objective. It comes with 2 spirited games, the PACE 1 and PACE 2. The first game mainly focus on Europe that include German Blitzkrieg on Poland, Soviet captures on Reichstag, and Allied landing on Normandy. And for the second game, it focused on North Africa from Battle of El Alamein to Siege of Tobruk to Italy theater and Balkan theater. Comes with unique gameplay and rich in storyline, this game is worth to play on your PC. This is a nice RTS game that focus only at North Africa theater of World War II. You can lead your Africa Corps under the banner of Germany force or Desert Rats with their Englishmen. You can control a variety of units including infantry, tanks, artillery, and aircraft, each with unique abilities and characteristics on Africa theater. It has a good story and history aspect as well, but it lacks of some improvement like the mission design or the AI, but it is still a good RTS game for me. As the title says, it is an RTS game that focuses on near the end of World War II and race for Berlin between Soviet and Western Allied force. For the first time, you can lead prototypes unit on German side like Maus tank to defend your fatherland from enemies' invasion. The storyline and visual will please you furthermore because it picks the great event of World War II. The gameplay itself have a good review from some users that pleased with the game, but the AI and pathfinding must be a homework. We come back again on North African theater of World War II in Theater of War Africa. The game set after the Second Battle of El Alamein that set in Tunisia, North Africa. For the first time, you will see a detailed urban and hand-to-hand warfare in RTS game. The game also features decent graphics for its time, with 3D renderings of units and environments. And as tactical RTS gameplay, there are no base building or resource gathering. All you do is lead your army on the battlefield. Overall, this is a solid tactical RTS game that offers a good representation on North Africa theater. The latest series of Close Combat, the legendary RTS game. Here comes the Bloody First. For the first time of its series, you will walk across the wide variety of diverse 3D landscapes, including craggy red lines, narrow valleys, and dense villages on Tunisia, Sicily, and Normandy. You will manage and lead your combat team that consists of small arms, mortars, machine guns, armored cars, tank, and anti-tank guns. Although the game still jaggy and rather slow paced, it is still yet a good World War II RTS game. A legendary RTS with stealth and tactical gameplay that set on World War II, here the Commandos 2. You will lead your commando unit with their unique abilities to fight the Third Reich and Imperial Japan. You will do all commando things like steal enemy uniforms and weapons, climb poles, swing from cables, swim, utilize vehicle, and climb in or out of buildings, ships, and planes. The UI and visual is pleasing, especially the detail of weapon and vehicle model in 3D aspect. Overall, the game considered as a challenging and superb tactical RTS game ever. Once again, we come to the near end of World War II in Order of War. You will lead Western Allied as American for Western Front campaign and play as German to repel the Soviet at Eastern Front. The game itself features a detailed graphics and a historical accurate storyline, while the gameplay consists of company-level engagement like infantry, tanks, artillery, and aircraft. In simple terms, Order of War is a game that resembles Company of Heroes and World in Conflict, yet it is still worth to play this game nowadays. Stalingrad is a real-time strategy game that focuses on Stalingrad area on Eastern Theater during the World War II. The game using isometric perspective that resembles a Sudden Strike 2 and Blitzkrieg, but with more detailed graphics. As an RTS game that describes the horror of Stalingrad battle, it features accurate reconstruction of historical events, historical buildings, units, and weapons. So, with this game, you can feel the true horror of urban warfare between the Germany and Soviet Union. Here, the pre-Man of War game that called Phase of War. Using realistic physics engine and gameplay mechanism with Man of War, which you can destroy any part of it, take cover, direct control your infantry, artillery, even the tank. You will play as allied, Soviet, and German, each with their own unique storyline and campaign. If you are a fan of World War II RTS games and enjoy the direct control of units, Phase of War may be worth exploring. Rios is a unique military RTS game that heavily focuses on intelligent warfare than regular military action warfare. Set on year 1944, where the Allied pushed the German border to capture Berlin, you will lead Allied expeditionary force in campaign mode. The gameplay is unique and first of its kind, where you control a stack of units on large area game map. You can construct building and collecting resources to build your armies. Some of the operations are historically inspired, whereas others are speculative that makes Rios is unique and good RTS game with storyline. Gravity Team Tactics Meuse Front is a tactical battalion level combat simulation game set in the summer of 1943 at Meuse River and Saur Mogila. You will play as Soviet Army or the German Army on Eastern Front. You can shift and concentrate force in all chosen directions, resupply and replace units, repair and refuel vehicle in operational mode in turn-based. And you can lead directly or real-time tactics to fight with the enemy, capturing territory, destroying enemy resistance. The game is well known for realistic soldier behavior, detailed model of unit and weapon, beautiful landscape, and advanced combat mechanism. Influenced by Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers, here the masterpiece of RTS game Company of Heroes, the finest RTS game that describes an authentic experience of World War II. You will land on Normandy and fight for liberation on France. Of course, the jury have strong resistance on French soil. The visuals are stunning, the UI are nice, the game mechanism, especially for environmental, are superb. Not mention the cinematic and music that's so awesome. So, no more debate for this game, it will always be the most influencing RTS game ever. A realistic real-time strategy or real-time tactics that focus on Eastern Front and the Great Patriotic War fought between the Soviet and Germany. This game is a hybrid game that combines the first-person, third-person, and real-time strategy. The gameplay mechanism is like Man of War, which you can destroy or take cover on some environment. This game is full of potential and challenging. If you like Man of War, you're gonna love this game. Before the World of Warship and War Thunder, there was Battlestation Pacific. This game is mixed genre between real-time tactics and action arcade. You will lead Japanese Imperial Navy and United States Navy in order to achieve victory in Pacific Theater during the World War II. You must command and take control directly from fighter plane, bomber plane, heavy cruiser, battleship, and more. The game is good on average, not mention the graphics, music, and innovativeness at the time. But we need more longer hour for the campaign or make semi-sandbox mode. Man of War came to make Heroes of World War II and Phase of War become perfect and balanced in gameplay, visual, music, and optimization. You will fight in the European and North African theater as American, Germany, and Soviet force. The game story is good enough, which tells the struggle for each nation to win the war. The detail of military units, weapons, environment, building, and explosion make the game more live. The successful of Man War led the publisher to release the sequel and spin-off, like Assault Squad, Cold War, Vietnam, and the second installment. The latest installment of legendary series Sudden Strike come with fresh visual, music, and gameplay mechanics. Sudden Strike 4 have 3 main campaigns with each represent main faction on World War II, each with their storyline. Don't forget to bring your war machinery at their finest and the general himself with their skill to defeat your foe. Well, as an RTS game that has quite good impression for World War II, and having another 5 DLC make this title worth to play with. When historical combat simulation and real-time tactics merge, here the Style Division Normandy 44. The game itself focuses on Normandy, France for the battlefield, where Allied forces try to break through the German defense position. The gameplay resembles of war game series and reuse, but with improved visual, game mechanics, and better AI. More than 400 units covering from infantry, artillery, tank, aircraft, and others ready to deploy on Normandy. If you love playing with big map, with detailed unit, and more complex mechanics, this game really suits you. Assault Squad 2 features new single-player modes that like skirmish, where you can take on tank battle, sniper mission, and squad-based combat. The AI have better act to adapt player action, like reinforce, take cover, and assaulting player hold point. Overall, Man of War Assault Squad 2 offers a deep and complex RTS experience for both new and experienced players, with a focus on multiplayer and a variety of game modes and missions. Well, actually, Heart of Iron 4 is a grand strategy, but with possible real-time strategy that set in World War II era that span from 1936 to 1948. You can choose any country that exists at the era, make them exist on political, military, and economy on global scale. Here, you can design your own army composition, like from division size to army theater size. And with some DLC available, you can also design your tank, aircraft, and warship. Well, this is the most complex and complete World War II simulator that have almost all aspects, and I'm sure you're gonna love this game. Steel Division 2 come with fresh idea of World War II RTS game. It focused on Eastern Front during Operation Bagration. For the first time, there is a turn-based style at campaign mode where you can plan your army movement, manage your army supplies, and strategize your way to victory. But you must win the battle by leading your army directly in real-time strategy mode, where you can field more than 100 military units that highly detailed. So, with this game, you can understand well why Soviet Union can push back the German to the Berlin, a very recommend game. Once more, World War II RTS game that set on Eastern Front, The Company of Heroes 2, featuring a new innovation like cutting-edge technology that increased the graphical quality and accuracy of deadly combat. Building a base and resource gathering are improved, such as you can set fire on wood building to demolish them, and units can occupy a civilian building for temporary strong point. Well, this is the most innovative World War II RTS game in the line of sight aspect, yet it improved the predecessor as well, so you must have this game on your PC. Here we come to the end of our list, so if you have another opinion or title that should include in the list, please write them in comment section. Well, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to support me by subscribe, like, share, and watch another video of mine. And see you soon. Bye.